And the third day of the tube strikes have hit the capital today, meaning another day of chaos for commuters. Some services will be starting at about 7 this morning. Alex Beard is in Stratford for us today, where we saw hundreds of people queuing to get inside the station yesterday. So are we expecting more of the same today, Alex?
Gavin, I think we probably are. Now, London Underground said yesterday that 50% of services were running fine, but of course, more than 40 of the 70 stations were closed. Now, it's going to be the same story today, I'm afraid. At Stratford, yesterday, we saw queues and queues of people because the station really struggled to cope with demand. Of course, they've got the Jubilee and the Central line, which were running a limited service, but then, of course, they have the DLR and the Overground, so people were desperately trying to get on that, and the station was really rather overwhelmed with the number of people trying to get in, so every so often they had to close the gates. Now, I've gone up to the gates this morning. They are still closed. They say they will open at 7, but there's a number of police officers standing there telling everybody which other stations they should be using if they need to leave at the moment. Now, lots of people yesterday across the city trying to find alternative ways of getting where they want to go. A lot of people tried to take the bus, and of course, if you did get on the bus, you found yourself waiting in traffic for much longer than you would normally. And then also there was a rush on Boris bikes, something of a 50% increase in the number of Boris bikes being used yesterday.
And Alex, remind us what this dispute is all about again. What did the RMT say, and the union behind this, and what did TfL and the London Underground say?
Well, this argument's been rumbling on for quite a while now. You'll remember that we had 48 hours of tube strikes back in February. The second round in February were called off because talks began again between the RMT and the London Underground. Essentially, they're angry over three things. 950 or so job cuts are due. Now, London Underground say this is just going to be voluntary redundancies. There won't be any compulsory, but the RMT say this is going to endanger customer safety and endanger people's jobs. Now, London Underground also say that ticket office closures are essential to modernise the tube service and to save £50 million. The RMT again say this is safety issues. And of course, changes to terms and conditions have upset the union as well. We're obviously about to start having a 24-hour tube service, which means inevitably some tube workers' contracts will change. Now, talks broke down on Monday, which is why we're having a 48-hour walkout at the moment. But talks should hopefully start again and maybe a resolution found.